Hello, everybody. Lovely community. I am very grateful to have journeyed with you all for so long. Many of you since 2012. And I absolutely love being together with women, growing together, learning from each other, and dedicated to our highest level living by honoring our truth. And I will always continue to do this. And like I said, even when I was just starting, and I knew I would always do this even until my last breath, because what is life if we're not conscious? What is life if we're running a program? What is life if we're running other people's dreams or forgotten who we are? So from this perspective, I want to have a little update for you, which I have contemplated for a while, but I've been very quiet. I've been much more inward since returning from Melbourne. I really had a big trip there in terms of a lot of things that I just embraced and had to really process afterwards because it got very busy there. So that will be a separate video, and that was all amazing stuff. That was complete life-changing experience for me on many levels, not just on a family level, but also my personal level and my financial levels and relationships, and just being in another state, as in Melbourne versus in Adelaide. And just after they opened the doors post-COVID, it was a very, very deep and enriching experience. And I went through a lot of interesting experiences that I openly welcomed, from the distances and the culture and the energetics to working and serving people that are homeless and severely affected, and that beautiful, beautiful kitchen and community and incredible organization where I lived in St. Kilda, and also to getting opportunities to be a manager in a retail area which I've never done in my whole life before. So it was a steep learning curve, and I met so many amazing women in particular, really, on this journey. And also being a member of One Roof, which is a wonderful women's entrepreneurial community, and going to meetings, taking a tram and a train to get to places, and adventuring about, getting lost on and off, and just meeting new people and putting myself out there and just feeling the heart of it all. So beautiful. When I came back, I realized it was big. It was big, and moving house from there back here, that's big. And my husband's journey in parallel as well was really adventurous and incredible. So was our time together, and his journey in work and also in cricket, which is really preferred work and avenue. But I will get into this in another time. It is just incredible, like, honestly, and it does take time to integrate. And one of my messages for this video is that the importance of taking a pause, resting, stopping, not running on the treadmill or on what is expected in social media, or even in a community. I have always been transparent with everyone. I've always shared what's happening. I've shared my road trip. I've shared my needs for changing times because there was something in Melbourne I had to attend. You guys were with me when I was teaching over there. It was amazing. And I really feel the strength of that beautiful connection that we kept going and are still in. So to stop is really important, whether you are on a big holiday, whether you have let go of a loved one, whether you are going through a new chapter in your life. There's always an invitation. What's happening? Can we just pause and integrate that? Because if we don't, we will not live in an integrated life. We will probably be living more an old program, trying to integrate a new one. We might get triggered more. We may feel more tired. We may feel like we're really just rushing through life rather than deeply feeling it and growing with its invitations. So new directions for me. A few things have transpired besides when we already knew years ago that Yogi Bhajan was not the founder, or the one that has not. No, it's not the founder. It's someone who took the wisdom of Kundalini to his capacity and wove it together with Sikhism to make it a package that would appeal to people, in particular in America. And then he kind of tailored it to whatever people would respond to. He would, so he was really quite a businessman, to be honest. And he obviously understood some of the spiritual teachings, and he packaged them so that it would become a product. So when I learned about Kundalini Yoga, in a very brief nutshell, I just connected with something ancient that I feel I've always known. There's some part of me that really feels that way of doing yoga, which is holistic, which is breathing, eyes closed, connecting with your inner dimension, your spiritual self. And in that process, including deep relaxation, letting go, and meditation, that way in which yoga is taught in the West, to me, was the most holistic, and it really is transformational. Now, that's got nothing to do with this Yogi Bhajan guy, because his consciousness clearly wasn't very high, considering that he had a sugar addiction and sexual issues and financial corruptions. And that often happens. And, anything that is a cult or develops into me versus you, and we are that, and you need us, often gets corrupted through money or through people not being able to hold all that attention that they're getting through it. That is, again, another chapter. So for me, I already veered off. And from the beginning, I was never worshiping him. From the beginning of in my yogic training, even right there and then, I knew that I'm not going to worship some absolute mere mortal that is teaching. I'm going to be grateful that he's teaching, and I'm going to take from that what resonates, what's empowering for women, what resonates, because a lot of stuff he taught was actually nuts, and people still ended up regurgitating it. I didn't. And I'm always taking it. Honor yourself, connect to your divinity. What is right for you? Choose that. Choose from any teacher what resonates and drop the rest. There's divine timing, divine evolution, divine development. And remember that yoga was really a way of emulating what enlightened beings have done naturally, and trying to create that state of consciousness by copying what others have done. And remember also that everyone's journey will be different, and copying someone else may not work for you. Copying someone else's diet even could be a thriving experience for them, but for you, it could be absolute destruction. We are unique, and we have our unique seasons and timings as well. Eating in winter should be different than how we eat in summer. We adjust to the climate. We adjust to what's happening to us on a hormonal level, on a spiritual level, a mental level. Sometimes we fast more. Sometimes we need grounded foods. It is all in essentially an intuitive awareness of and how much we have cultivated our knowledge of ourselves. And that's all I've ever advocated and tried to share and empower women on. So that will never change. But I have learned since that even with intentions, because I've always said clean and clear intentions, that we're serving the inner beauty, our inner divinity, there are aspects of yoga that are so corrupted that I have learned recently that even with intentions, we could be feeding entities. What we see is a very small spectrum. There is, even if you look at ancient Chinese texts or yogic texts or Japanese texts or European texts, there have been images of dark or weird kind of entities. Let's go say it like this, because this is not the video that I want to get into it for. Things with teeth and fangs and things that are not necessarily benevolent, things that reflect the dark side compared to the light, which is always going to be there while we're in duality. Things to become aware of as we journey, not to have a blind eye towards, not to be scared of either, to integrate, just like the in-breath and the out-breath have their purpose. We love the light, but the dark is part of that. Otherwise, we couldn't love it. So there are dark entities. If there's heaven, there's hell, so to speak, and we inwardly have that so that we can choose and create that. It is optional depending on our level of emotional intelligence or spiritual growth and our focus this lifetime. So we have those dynamics, and in yoga, there is a lot of corruption. There always has been. And you can see that when you look at yoga, where it has turned into some people's egoic thing about being hot or sexy or famous or whatever that is. And it's never been it. And I've always seen that from the beginning. That to me is super obvious. And that's why I was hesitant to becoming a yoga teacher. And then realized, well, maybe my purpose is to be one so that I can offer that difference and remind women it's not about me, it's not about the teachers, it's not about the teachings, it's about you bringing yourself to this moment to sit here, to breathe and meet yourself and go on your journey, your unique divine journey. So this will always be, and what I'm going to keep teaching on a Sunday morning, there will be the yoga at 8 a.m. And on a Monday, there will be profound meditation of releasing our stress, remembering our innocence, releasing tensions and finding peace so we can have a restful sleep. Because as a sleep expert, and naturally we know this, sleep, I know, is so essential. Without sleep, we are not optimal. We can't be optimal. We need to navigate our capacity to have deep, restful sleep, ideally as continuous as possible, i.e. not disturbed, so that we wake up refreshed and we can actually live our full potential, our divinity, our birthright, our true selves, not our corrupted selves, which was maybe, through society corrupted, through teachers, through parents that didn't know better, that made us feel through their teachings and imprinting that it's better to please others first. It's important to ignore ourselves, to be detached about what we need and to put ourselves last and to be in that survival, pleasing others and listening and becoming hyper vigilant about what is it that my parents need, my friends, the world, so that I can exist and fit into it and somehow get a sense of being loved and safety. So this is really deep, and I have continued to grow in my own self and reflect on that and connect with other teachers. And I'm actually focusing now on doing what I've done, but on going global, on creating a platform where the community can grow and connect, and where I reach more people overseas and also all across Australia, all across Europe and China and India and all South Africa, South America, all of it. Because so far that is something I haven't done. And I feel that this is the time where people are receptive and open to this. And I'm going to make that a beautiful place where you can choose how far you want to go and have also sessions with me, but also go, oh, hang on, there's a technique and I can enroll and practice that affordably, joyfully, and yet the human touch is there and a community is there as well. So that's what I'm working on, and it's a big project. And in the meanwhile, I'm also an ambassador for One Roof. I love connecting to entrepreneurial women, and I offer my services there as well to connect us. And so if you want to look into that, message me and let me know, because it's absolutely incredible. So what else did I want to say? Yes, so taking time to reflect and be your true self is what I sit here for. Your unique journey, your health. It could be that you just want to meditate and retire. It could be that you want to have a new chapter in your life and step into it. It could be that you want to leave a relationship that's been draining. It could be that you just feel like you need to connect with yourself more because you have been disconnected. And again, I meet you at your level there for the private one-on-ones, for 6-week programs. I really connect with you on a daily basis and with intensive release sessions on a weekend and chat during the week to really shift. And of course, it's an endless thing. I'm constantly also growing and changing and taking things that I had thought I understood even deeper. It's a beautiful thing. There is just endless depth in how much we can love, how much we can let go, how much we can really connect all the dots of our full experience. So that's probably a good summary of what I'm about. For the truth of all of us, for us to navigate through changes and to stay elevated without being in denial. We're not going to be in denial of challenges. We're not going to be, spiritually bypassing. We're going to be really grounded, enabled, empowered in that essence with the heart open, choosing an open heart no matter what is trying to make it constricted, opening our capacity to communicate and connect to our highest consciousness, bringing in those parts of us that we've been denying ourselves of, or that have been denied through trauma, and expanding it into a healthy auric field and a consciousness and an intention and your own schedule, your own plan, where you actually make that time so that you can thrive. And so that's where I'm at: body movement, spirituality, stretching, breath work, women connecting with women. And I'm in the middle of, setting up a new platform, which requires energy, very much focused consciousness. It requires financial investment. And if you like what I do and you want to support me, your likes on our YouTube, your likes and comments or sharing and promoting me really helps. If you want me to be able to share my work, if you feel it benefits others, it's not an egoic place. It's about, as you share it, others will share, and we all share other women's. And I've got interviews on my YouTube coming up. I'm interviewing other women and how they help other women. And there'll be heaps more coming. I feel like I'm coming into a whole new chapter of my life, because this is a new chapter again. My husband and I will be traveling on and off. Adelaide will be the base as far as we're aware. And I'm flowing with that. I'm really enjoying that. I've got my children here that I connect with all the time, whenever they're free, whenever I'm free, or when we create time and space. I've got my parents here navigating those things. My dad's aging and Parkinson's and all that stuff, and my mum's issues around whatever's popped up for her and our relationship and all those dynamics. And also boundaries, so important. Boundaries, recognizing the truth, not being in denial about what's actually lifting up the world and our frequency and what's actually dragging us into an endless spiral down, and where we can make a difference and where we can't, like that. So I will also offer, when I can, free seminars and talks about sleep, some paid ones to sustain my expenses, and also community work as much as I can, as that's my plan. I'm just seeing how that goes. But yeah, running a platform, running a website, running a Zoom package, running, like I said, web maintenance, but all of that, plus your own living, your car, your house, really basic stuff, mortgage or council rates, the food. And I know it's the same for you. You have to juggle where your money goes, where you spend it as the world is changing. And I think this is going to make us more conscious. This is going to make us more selective for what's really good. Hopefully organic farming, the real people out there that need that support, not the quick fix of the supermarkets, which will always make it, and all the petrol stations, but the real humans in that shop that actually want to sustain their family's livelihood in those little cafes, in those little organic shops, in the markets, being really conscious. And it's actually also, healthy for your body. You will spend less money on dental, doctor, mental bills, because that vibrational essence of eating well and being in the fresh air and connecting with real people in real spaces rather than big corporations is what we're about. It's healthy. Everyone loves it. And I think we humans are amazing. We're amazing at supporting each other, connecting, creating a network, and connecting into the earthiness and the idea of how beautiful it is to cook some soup and someone brings the salad and whatever else, and to share that and have really productive conversation. We will have less of a need to drown ourselves through Netflix, which is programming us, through drugs or alcohol, which is numbing us down and is expensive and reducing our health and our sleep and our thriving and our immune system. So it all connects in a big, beautiful web of thriving. So I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to hear from you. Yes, and if you want to support small business like me, the best way truly is not just to watch it, but to put that moment of putting a like there and saying, I love this. I recommend you. Sabine is this way. I have been with Sabine for so long because of that, so that it grows, because these bigger companies like the Lululemons and the Eckhart Tolles, great people, whatever, they have that support of big, collaborations they have the machine behind them, you know, and people like us in little Adelaide or little Melbourne or little cutesy towns in Brisbane or Sydney, wherever we are, we really are putting our energy completely on the line, as in all of that. If I stop tomorrow and I can't talk, nothing will happen. If I don't function and navigate my time, I won't pay my bills properly. If I don't promote myself, people don't find me. So I have to connect with that, even though I'm not really into that whole idea of promotion. I always prefer the magnetic attraction, which is what has worked in Adelaide and in Melbourne. But want to go global, you have to kind of put yourself out there into this loud marketplace. It's about me up leveling and always facing my barriers, and where can I, while serving my values and my soul mission, integrate with that world out there. And all of that, like I said, takes energy. That takes a lot more money than you realize when you run your own business, unless it's absolutely stable and getting in good amounts. You don't get a bank loan. Like I would never get a banking loan because my money is too variable, my income, you know, so I don't get holiday leave, I don't get sick leave, I don't get superannuation from anywhere external. I have to find my way to implement that. So remember that, and also I honor you on your path. You know, if you don't have a business or you have a business, share with us in the description if you need support, how you're going, with honesty and integrity, not just oh hi, yeah, I'm a business, can everybody like it, but more like, you know, introduce yourself and say how you can help people, and what is important to you and what your journey has been like, making it real and human. That's the beauty. And I love it, love it, love it. So I hope that you are really connected with your truth. And if not, let me help you, because that's what I've done in my life, always connecting to my truth and finding so many ways of doing it, so many techniques that are there. So there will be a technique that you will enjoy, or a method or a strategy, whatever word you prefer. Shine your light, stay strong, be vulnerable, and embrace your beauty in vulnerability, and connect with people, especially women, that can support you. Nothing wrong with men, but I'm just focused on women. Select those people that can really honor you and see your gifts. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate that. I hope it all was connecting. If not, or if yes, let me know. Share with me what you're thinking, feeling, what you would like to see, what you have seen, and how you are going, how you feel. That is, we all go through the same things. We all go through the moments where we feel really flat and wondering what's it all about, to feeling really inspired, etc. All the way, that spectrum is there. So enjoy this moment. I'm sending you lots of gratitude and unconditional love, and see you next time. Ciao for now.